Hello, Libras. It is your fellow Libra, Kamilah Rose with the Bliss Institute, here for your 2020 summer solstice reading. I'm excited. I don't know what the reading's going to look like, so I guess we're going to see together, huh? It is Juneteenth, so day before summer solstice. That's tomorrow here in the northern hemisphere. It is right before the new moon in Cancer. Eclipse is happening on Sunday. Also Father's Day. There's a lot happening this weekend. So let's see what we got, because we got some cards. Ooh. Well, I'm here for our general card. Queen of Pentacles. We are coming up. Yes, Libra. Yes, I'm here for it. Our first card is going to be the Ten of Cups. Happy home. Things feel good. Things are great. And then we feel a little sad. We're doing a little reflecting. We're doing a little housekeeping. Because when things are great, that's what you should do. You should housekeep. You should make sure that everything is on the up and up. So we're doing a little reflecting and we're feeling a little sad about it. Maybe our feelings got hurt somewhere along the way. That's okay. Ooh, because we're getting justice. I love this for us. Our card is here. We are really feeling into our power. And is this not the most gorgeous justice? So we're back now. Justice. Justice card. Our card. We're excited about that, aren't we? I know I am. I'm like, we are moving into our power. This is our season. This is our time. It's not our season. Our season is in fall. But we are really being supported. Being heard. People are interested in what Libra has to offer as a sign. And Libra has a lot to offer as a sign that I think sometimes gets overlooked by our pettiness and our inability to be able to really focus and follow through. But not this summer. This summer, we're shining. We're coming up on the up and up. And I can say for myself for sure, we needed it. We really need it. But we've got some choices to make, as always. It wouldn't be Libra without that, huh? And hopefully, let's see where it goes. Look at all these swords, though. Isn't this interesting? All these swords, but none of them are in a negative way or a negative light. But lots of swords. It would only serve to be this way for Libra, of course. We do have all the feeling. It seems like we have reflected and found that we have a duty, a responsibility. Princess of Cups. We're going to keep our hearts soft and open. We're going to, perhaps we were contemplating, as Libras often do, going back into our head and leaving the idea of these messy, not quite as clear emotions, putting them to the side, but instead we should let them drive us, because there is a lot of wisdom that comes from our feelings, from our hearts and heart-centered actions and thoughts. And when we are seeking justice, when we are bringing about justice, you have to really have that connection to your heart. Your heart should be clear. In the Egyptian mythology, there is Mayat. And Mayat is where your heart is as light as a feather. When you die, you are brought to the scales to be weighed, and they place your heart, and there's a feather placed with it. And if your heart is as light as a feather, then you have a moment to move forward. And if it's not, then I believe that you go through maybe reincarnation or something. I can't quite remember what happens when your heart is not as light as a feather, but it's not going to be as great as being able to move forward into the afterlife. So, as a Libra, I can say how important it is to remain mindful of keeping your heart light, because when you experience a lot of injustice, when you see it, when you observe it, perhaps when you partake in it, it hardens your heart and it makes it heavy. And so then when you're making choices trying to balance it out, you're putting a little bit more on the scale because your heart is so heavy. So if you can stay light and stay open, and Libras are very gentle, even though we may not come across that way. We're very sensitive. And so when our feelings get hurt, we can build walls and build ways to hide it away and to maintain our safety. But that's not always the way to go. It doesn't leave us open to new paths and new experiences, to really tap into the wealth that we have access to. And so we're going to learn from this, and we are going to have a new opportunity arise. Yee! Which is more than likely what's going to help us to get to this point. Yee! Okay, let's see what else we get. Let's see what else pops up for Libras. Ooh! 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 Sometimes you gotta let stuff go. Okay, Libra? Sometimes you gotta let stuff go. Ooh, something you thought was gonna be, something you thought was gonna be amazing, something you thought was gonna be the best choice. You thought, and now I'm sitting here preaching about leaving your heart open, but you have to, you really do. Because even though that might lead to disappointment, it really is something that is powerful. So you can step in and you can claim an understanding and a space as someone who is connected to their heart and who uses that to wield the sword of justice and the scales of justice, even when things don't always work out the way that you want them to. Or it might be someone coming in who is a King of Cups, who is emotionally stable, and you're going to need that because apparently folks are feeling a little hype. Right, they're feeling like they got a lot of stuff to say. It might be some aggressive energy going on, and you're going to need that loveliness, again, that balance, because you're still moving towards this outcome of Queen of Pentacles. So we've got sandwiched in between. We've got sandwiched in between these opportunities, this new opportunity, a little bit of disappointment and heartbreak, coming back to center, someone else perhaps providing some emotional clarity and emotional stability. Again, going through it, the obstacles in the way, folks got a lot to say, all this other stuff, and we're still moving towards this Queen of Pentacles, which is the point. The point is not that everything will be sunny and everything will be great and we'll just get there and it'll be no problems or issues along the way. It's that you keep moving forward, you keep progressing, Libra. And sometimes, Libra, when we feel like, why am I even doing this? It never works out. It always ends up being this way. It always ends up being a mess. I always end up getting my heart broken. I always end up being disappointed. We have to be able to create this space within ourselves. We have to be able to find the balance, to keep our hearts open, to keep ourselves going so that we can move forward and get to these places that we want to be. When we let our emotions and our overthinking, overanalyzing of things distract us to the point where we go off our path, all it does is veer us away from what our outcome will be. So, how do you become the Queen of Pentacles? No one said it was going to be an easy and perfect route or path that was just clear and there was no obstacles or issues along the way. And we are taking a path to the Queen of Pentacles. So, let's get an outcome card, Libra. Shall we? It's been like the longest reading I've done so far, of course. I'm loving on my Libras. So let's get an outcome card for us. Maybe this is the outcome. It's so good though. I'm so in love with this Justice card. Oh my. Okay. 10 of Swords. I'm not mad about it. You know what? Because obviously, and I know even for myself, speaking personally, there's always a running field of doubts and fears and all these other things in my head. As a Libra who can see the many different sides and the many different outcomes, it would be impossible to be able to weigh things, to be able to find balance and harmony if I didn't see the negative or the not so great outcomes and the thoughts and things like that. So we are coming to the end of a cycle where these intruding thoughts, this pattern, this battle that we've had internally in our minds is coming to an end. And so it's time to let that go. We've seen this back and forth on this final row between the Ace of Pentacles and then the Three of Swords, and the King of Cups, then the Seven of Wands, and the Princess of Pentacles, and now the Ten of Swords. We've seen this back and forth, and I wouldn't even doubt it that the natural progression after this Ten of Swords would be the Queen of Pentacles to get to this point, because we have to be able to go through the process, Libra. And it is enticing to want it to be quick and to want it to be easy, but that isn't always the way, particularly when we are unable to let go of the outcomes that are negative and not let them impact us so much that it impedes our ability to be able to move forward. So, summer 2020, Libra, we're on the path to queendom, and we're going to stay focused on the outcome. And we will experience the journey, but stay focused on the outcome. All right, that's it. Whew, okay, Libras, let's do it. We can do this. This is great. It's fine. We're going to make it. I believe in us. But okay. Well, leave me a comment. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you have been feeling really overwhelmed. I know it's happening. And like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you later. Bye.